another episode of Classic Dallas Cowboys Talk. I am Sean Farrell. God is great all the time. All the time, God is great. Jesus Christ died and he rose again. Let's get right into it. So I think it's only appropriate that we have Romo and Daz. Okay. I think it's only appropriate that we have Romo and Daz in the background. Okay. So I see a lot of y'all are softening your stances on Brian Schottenheimer because of the staff he's putting together. Okay. And it's funny how just last week y'all were crucifying Steven and Jerry. Okay. Y'all were crucifying Steven and Jerry for this hire. Then I think the ultimate distraction happened Saturday night when Luka was traded to the Los Angeles Lakers, okay? And then all of a sudden, everybody's Jerry Jones derangement syndrome went away. Temporarily. All of y'all who have Jerry Jones derangement syndrome went away temporarily. But I see y'all have softened your stance on Brian Schottenheimer because of the staff he's assembled. Okay. So, yeah. It's like I said, give the man a chance. And if he doesn't produce, then we can talk bad about him. Okay. And so, Steven also said that the Cowboys are going to be aggressive in free agency. Okay. I do hope that happens. I do hope we make some moves. I see that Myles Garrett and Cooper Kupp have asked for trades. And I see Cowboy fans already asking Jerry, go get Myles, go get Cooper Kupp. I'm like, oh, wait a second. Slow down. Okay. Somebody once said, have no expectations and you won't be disappointed. Okay. So I don't have any expectations that the Cowboys will trade for Myles Garrett or Cooper Kupp. Okay. If they do, great. That is great. Okay. But I have no expectations that the Cowboys will pull off those moves, okay? So, I have no expectations. Again, if it happens, great. If it doesn't happen, I won't be disappointed. So, my message is to the Cowboy fans who want these moves to happen, don't get your hopes up. Don't have any expectations that it'll happen. Okay? All right. So, I was reading "Boys Will Be Boys" by Jeff Pearlman, and for those of you who may not know, I often struggle with depression, anxiety. Okay, I struggle with depression and anxiety, and suicidal ideation, and I attempted suicide when I was younger. And as you can see, I'm here talking to you all. I attempted suicide. It was a futile attempt, but from people who have lost husbands, they've lost their wives to suicide. Well, they tell me, hey, an attempt isn't an attempt. Period. Okay. So I was reading about Barry Switzer. Okay. So I was reading about Barry Switzer. Okay. Barry Switzer's mom ended her life by suicide, believe it or not. Okay. So on the night of August 26, 1959, when he was 23 years old, laying in bed, an electric fan blowing the mosquitoes off his face, Barry was approached by his mother, who was loaded up with alcohol and prescription drugs. "Mother," he said, "I would rather not ever see you again and know that you are safe and well taken care of than to see you like this all the time. Beaten down by life, by a life short on love and high on abuse." Barry was mad, frustrated, distraught, and disgusted. Mary Louise rose from the bed, removed a pistol from the closet. Barry dashed down the hallway and found her lifeless body. He carried her into the house and placed her atop her bed. Sheriff came by and confirmed. Barry Switzer said, "I was the one who had caused her to pull the trigger." Switzer wrote, "All she wanted was my love, and I turned my face away. I have carried this guilt with me for the rest of my life." Yeah. So, when the Cowboys were going through a rough time in the 1995 season, okay? When the Cowboys were going through a rough time in the 1995 season, I believe it was the loss. I believe it was the 4th-and-1 disaster at Philly. And that was one of the rougher games that had the Cowboys played all year, okay? And so I believe it was after that head game where Switzer talked to his players and he explained this to his players, okay, in the speech. He explained this to his players in a speech. He said, I've had worse things happen in my whole life. And he used this, and he mentioned this in his speech and talking to his players, okay? And every one of the players, from Troy Aikman down to the last guy on that roster, said, hey, what he said made an impact. The speech he made an impact. And, of course, that galvanized the players for the rest of the season. And they went on to beat the New York Giants, went on to beat the Arizona Cardinals. 49ers lost to the Falcons, which meant the Cowboys had home field advantage throughout the playoffs and eventually ended up winning the Super Bowl. Let me see. Okay, here we go. So, Clayton Holmes, okay, played 4 years with the Dallas Cowboys. I believe 4 years. He had played 5, but who knows? I gotta hook that head up, right? So Clayton Holmes also had some things happen. Clayton Holmes was actually, man, this is hard to say. He was actually molested by his brother. Yeah, he was molested by his brother. He said it changed who I was, what I felt. It brought a lot of anger out of me. Okay. He had a mother and a father who beat him, and a brother who molested me. The abuse ended when he reached high school, but Clayton says that he carried the guilt for most of his life, overwhelmed by the mental burden he eventually attempted suicide, swallowing 8 trizodones and closing his eyes. As he started to drift off, Holmes came to his senses and called 911. Does anyone who hasn't been molested know what it is like, says Holmes? It's humiliating, terrifying. You feel like you did something wrong if you want to truly F up a child. Sexually assault him and watch what happens. Yeah. Yeah. So, Clayton Holmes and Barry Switzer. Oof. Yeah. I'm just glad that Clayton Holmes did not. I'm just glad Clayton Holmes survived and came to his senses, okay? And Barry Switzer, his mom, unfortunately did not survive. But yeah, not too much you can say about that, can you? Yeah. That's why I brought up the example of myself attempting suicide. I survived. Clayton Holmes survived, but Barry Switzer's mother didn't. And tough thing to handle. Which makes you kind of wonder what Dak Prescott deals with, knowing that his brother ended his life by suicide years ago. Yeah. You never know what somebody's going through. Never know. So give me a second. I have one more topic. Go ahead. Man, I never should have kept this stuff on before. I always got a neck cramp right here, right? So, Dallas Cowboy football cards, okay? 1992 NFL Pro set. Emmitt Smith, the 1991 NFL rushing leader, okay? Michael Irvin, 1991 receiving yardage leader. Okay. Tell you what, let me move this microphone aside for a second. Have a little bit more room. Future Jacksonville Jaguar 1,000-yard receiver, Jimmy Smith. Yeah, Jimmy Smith was drafted by the Dallas Cowboys. Rarely played, though. Steve Berline and Michael Irvin after defeating the undefeated Redskins. Right there. All right. Kelvin Martin, 85-yard punt return versus the Eagles that put the Cowboys in the playoffs and knocked the Eagles out. Boy, by the way, did I mention that Cowboy fans really hate the Philadelphia Eagles? Yeah. Bill Bates making the game-winning interception in a 17-13 win over the Bears. Wild card. All right. rookie, Larry Brown. Larry Brown. There you go, right there. Mike Saxon, punter. There you go, right there. Step, step. Yep. There you go, right there. Alexander Ace Wright. There you go, right there. This is the man who had a 102-yard kickoff return for a touchdown versus the Falcons. And the one and only Coach. All right. There you go, right there. All right. Here we go. Cowboys magic numbers. How fitting. Drew Pearson and Michael Irvin. Only fitting. Only fitting. Only fitting. How many Cowboy fans all loved Crazy Ray? We all love Crazy Ray, right? Well, here he is, right here. Spirit of the game. Oh, we all love Crazy Ray. We all love Crazy Ray. Let me see here. Pro Bowl. Troy Aikman, who is wearing number 7 in the Pro Bowl. All right. Pro Bowl MVP, Michael Irvin. Here we go. Emmitt Smith. All right. And here we go. Troy, the one and only Troy Aikman. And there he is, right there. One of the best special teams players we've had. The Shark. There you go, right there. Let's see. Acquired in the preseason trade with the 49ers. And this man right here put us over the top. The playmaker, Michael Irvin. There you go, right there. The man who Jimmy Johnson got on the air. Rookie, Robert Jones. There you go, right there. Russell Maryland. All right. There you go. The man that the Cowboys call Superman. There you go, right there. And there you go. Was a fixture with the Dallas Cowboys all throughout the 1990s. Kevin Smith. There you go. The man who replaced Isaac Holt. And one of the best D linemen we had, Tony Tolbert. All right. And there you go, right there. All right. All right. And Hank Williams Jr. with the Dallas Cowboys cheerleaders. We all miss the old Monday Night Football intro. And the Japan Bowl between the Houston Oilers and the Dallas Cowboys. All right. All right. And that's it, and that's all for Classic Dallas Cowboys Talk with Sean Farrell. I am out of here. How about them Cowboys? God bless. Many blessings to who you all. Peace.